This is a quick video on how to remove and refit the shroud on a Euro welding torch. A lot of you might be confused by this, having been used to the more simple threaded shrouds. It's the shroud here, has the tip inside. To get access to that you need to remove the shroud. You might need to remove the shroud anyway if it gets coated with spatter. And people are used to typical counterclockwise removal of the shroud. That's not how a Euro shroud is held in place. So you can see here, if I try as hard as I can't remove that. I can't unthread that shroud by counterclockwise rotation. If you rotate it clockwise, it just spins freely, and there doesn't seem to be an obvious way how to get it off. In fact, underneath here, I'm going to show you in a second, there's a spring, which means that for removing and refitting the shroud, you must always turn in a clockwise rotation. So it's quite simple when you know how. You turn clockwise, at the same time you pull it off. So I'm pulling in that direction at the same time as I'm turning it clockwise. And you can see underneath there's a spring, and the most important part of that spring is the end, if you can see, sticks out a little proud, and it's got a sharp edge, which means that if you try and turn, the other end of the spring is held captive here. So if you, with the shroud in place, if you turn counterclockwise, what happens is the sharp end of the spring will bite in the inside of the shroud, and because the spring is locked in place at the other end, what will happen is the spring will try and expand, and it will just lock the shroud more tightly in place. That's why rotating it counterclockwise doesn't work. What you have to do, can you see, fitting it in place, you just turn clockwise, and to remove, easier if you hold it, you thread counterclockwise, sorry, beg your pardon, thread clockwise and fit, thread clockwise and remove. Simple as that. There you go. How to remove and fit the shroud on a Euro torch welder.